Throughout the Education Portal, you'll hear from a number of different directors talking about their processes across a number of productions. Each director has their own toolkit of tips and tricks they can use throughout rehearsals when working with actors and the creative team to tell the story they are telling. But there are some key fundamentals that follow through, and you might find these useful when preparing your scenes. I'll make reference to some of our previous productions, but only to give a bit of insight. All of the points mentioned can be used when thinking about directing any piece of text. Read the play. Read it again. Read it again and take note of questions that crop up throughout the play. Why things happen the way they do. When do they happen? Why does a certain character behave in such a way? These might be answered as you go through the text, or they may be something you might want to research further. Is the play based on other material, such as Medea, ancient Greek legends, or novels, Dracula and Kidnapped, or modern adaptations of older material, The Enemy? Know the source of the material you'll be creating with. How does the play differ from other source material? Why? When is the play set? What was going on in the world at this time that may have had an influence on the events in the play or the characters' lives? Is this in the script, or is this something you need to research further? When was the play written? What was going on in the world at the time it was written? Does this have an influence on the story being told? How are these themes relevant to presenting this play today? For both Dracula, Mina's Reckoning and Kidnapped, these were new adaptations of existing novels. The writers and directors all took key themes and messages from the source material and considered how these could be presented and relevant to a 21st century audience. For Maggie and Me, the play contained elements of the story not presented in the source material to show the writer Damien's process in having to revisit his past to create his memoir. Rewatch the interviews in the Education Portal to hear more about that process. Take note of what characters say about themselves. Do they think highly of themselves? Are they truthful? What do other characters say about them? This will help you to begin to understand how characters perceive themselves and how others around them perceive them.
Oh, what's all this?
Son Davy Balfour. He's at the sighing.
Well, I heard his father died this week.
That's as maybe, but does he have to be so dramatic about it?
What about his mother?
Oh, been dead for years now. Well, you must remember her. Totally off the wall. She used to go about with a bag.
Oh, he's the bag wearer's son. Well, it's no wonder he's turned out eccentric.
Oh, hello.
Oh, he's coming over.
In this section in Kidnapped, we see how the others perceive Davy before his journey begins. You can mark the change and growth of Davy throughout the play by how the characters around him behave towards him and what they say. When working with set, costume, lighting and sound designers, make sure you all understand what your vision for the play is. What are the beats in the story you really want to hit? What is the feeling and style of the piece?
Anna Orton's design, that's borrowing from so many different eras. She had Victorian elements, loads of 80s elements, but 90s as well. MJ McCarthy's score, and also the language that we use in the piece, which includes lots of modern language and lots of truly ancient language, because we were able, thanks to Alistair White's Gaelic consultancy, to have lots of beautiful Gaelic.
The choices in lighting, sound and design help to create the world of your piece, suggesting a period of time or a mood or atmosphere. In rehearsals, be prepared. What are the pictures you're creating from scene to scene? Use blocking with the actors to find how characters relate and communicate to each other in the space. You might want to consider the tension in the scene. Think of status, closeness, distance. Where do you want the audience's attention to be? Use of levels, transitions. Know how to play. Rehearsals are where the director and actors explore the text and then bring it to life by creating characters that audiences can connect with. This process is often trial and error. Use this time to explore options, be creative, and agree on the best outcomes to tell the story.
I suppose the way I work practically, I always start the day with a warm-up. I mean, that happens regardless of what's going on. Moving in the space together, responding to music, ensemble exercises that create a sense of collective sharing, but also understanding that the individual is important as well. Then we will spend time looking at the script.
How can you help actors to find their intentions?
And we'll do what's called table work, but I never use a table, I just do it sitting around in a circle, where we discuss everything that happens in that scene, we pull it apart, we make sure we understand exactly what's happening, what is the journey of the characters, what's going on underneath the surface, what the protagonist and all the characters need and want. So there's quite a lot of kind of unpacking work to do.
Another technique that can be used is actioning, trying out and applying active verbs to each line a character speaks. This keeps each character's motivations active. Work with your actors to find the action that best suits the line and character's intentions at every given point. Play with these in rehearsal. Act out the scenes by playing the actions. How does this work? Do any need to be changed or refined? How can you help actors to find the most effective use of voice and meaning? Tone. Volume. Explore this with your actors. Try different styles and find the moments that work or surprise. When does being quieter work? Being still? Being animated? Play with these styles to find what works for the actor and for the play.
Oh, salt from the rock pools! Rock pools with Daddy! That's where you felt brave and joyful. Come on, Mina! Jump, Lassie!
I can't, Daddy!
Oh, come on, jump like me!
My legs are too
Oh,
weak!
you can do it!
It's too far!
Let go and feel free!
If I fall,
You'll fly!
will you catch me?
1, 2, 3,
Jump!
You leapt into the unknown. You landed on your feet. Nothing will be too far for you. Nothing will be out of your reach if you come with me.
How can you help the actors to find the most effective use of movement? Choreography. Choreography doesn't always mean dance, although this can also work. It is the styled movement that can add to the storytelling and style of a piece. Movement can be used to explore how a character moves and help define that character.
Give us this day our daily bread! And forgive us our trespasses! As we forgive those who trespass against us!
Stillness. Stillness can be used to great effect, to draw an audience into a moment of tension or connection between characters. Don't be afraid to find moments of quietness and stillness. It is always good for a director to have an idea of a shape of a scene when going into rehearsal, either of the pictures they want to create through blocking and the character relationships. Most directors want to explore this with their actors and find a way of agreeing what works best. Why not rewatch some of the interviews from the directors about their own approaches? You can find these and other resources on the education portal at www.nationaltheatrescotland.com.